Good evening, Podrace fans, and welcome to this year's Galactic Podracing Championship. This is our second qualifier match, and I'm here with King Beandip.
Hi, it's me, King Beandip.
Qualifiers, let's talk about how those work. It's points-based this year, right? Everybody's competing to set times and earn points, and then the points are tallied up at the end, compared against everyone else, and then we decide who's in the bracket based on those points.
Yep.
And our three tracks are Aquilaris Classic, Fire Mountain Rally, and Ando Prime Centrum. Oh, there we go. That looks like a starting.
Yeah, let's go.
Mostly.
A confirmed Twitch chat. You guys can hear us, right?
Who are the runners? The runners are Ronnie, Balmas, and Kudo. Kudo is one to watch this year. Really just a breakout hit, this man. Balmas, an excellent player all around, and Ronnie has been putting up some surprising practice times. Thank you for asking, LP.
Indeed. Kudo is definitely going for the top bracket, so the top 8 players will make it into the upper bracket.
I believe after he donated money to the pot, he immediately said, I'll be getting that back.
I think Ronnie is going to make it into the lower bracket, and Balmas is fairly new. He hasn't been in a tournament before. So we'll see what he can do here.
It's sure to be an impressive display all around.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Decent heat there for Ronnie, leaving lap 1.
Oh, pystal crepsi is Ronnie.
Yes, that should be noted. Odds are, if it's any weird variant of the words Crystal Pepsi, it's probably Ronnie. Balmas uses she, they. My mistake, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that either.
Was not listed anywhere in any of our notes. I'm very sorry about that.
Kudo about to finish his second lap here. He just has the figure 8 to do. So in our first and only qualifying session so far, Domare got a 2:35.3 on this track, so that is the time to beat.
Isn't that also the current world record?
It is also. I'm pretty sure it's the current world record.
The time to beat is a current world record. Suffer.
No, Dom did set a world record on Fire Mountain, though.
Wasn't it one world record on AQC?
I don't think so.
These guys are trying to set the best times they can in 15 minutes.
Yep. So 25 people signed up to join the tournament. And so first we have qualifying, and the fastest 16 make it into the bracket. So today we are 3 of our 25 players are doing their qualifying sessions. All right, we got a 2:36.004.
Dang.
That is the screaming time.
Ronnie has a 2:38. I just saw that roll in. Didn't quite catch the decimals on Ronnie's time. Did you?
No, I didn't. Yeah, so Kudo is 0.7 seconds off of Dom's time here in qualifying. And he still has 11 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah. So that good of a time that quickly leaves a lot of room to just try and improve it.
Yeah.
Almost passing Clegg. She's really gunning for it.
Oh, yeah. So this is a track where you turn on one AI racer, which is Clegg Hold Fast for this track. And the reason for that is because the doors move on laps 2 and 3. And by
almost coming in with a 2:39.32.
Oh, nice. And by having an AI racer on the track,
3:17.
They manipulate the timing of the doors. to make it a little bit faster. That was a 39.317, right?
Yep. Oh, thank you, Hellfire. It's a 238,582 is what Ronnie's at right now.
Oh, excellent.
Very helpful information, because on my end, that was bit crushed to oblivion. I could not tell what those numbers were to save myself.
So that sets Ronnie so far 0.4 seconds behind Lightning Pirate, who
Which
qualified a few
is
days ago,
impressive.
which is really nice. And Balmas is less than a tenth of a second off of Digital Unity's time. Yeah, to make it in the top 16, realistically, you probably need faster than a 239, I would guess. But it's so early on.
It's a ridiculously tough bracket this year. Like, I've felt comfortable with my times when I qualified, but looking at the acumen of the players on display today and the ones who are going to be coming in the future, I'm not as comfortable anymore. I'm a little worried. I don't think I'm making it, guys.
It's so insane.
No, top 8 don't go to winners bracket. Top 8 go to top 8 bracket. There's going to be 2 double elimination brackets of 8 players each this year. One for the higher level players and one for the slightly less higher level players, because there were no lower level players this year. I'm probably the closest we've got.
Yeah, so those who make it into the lower bracket will be fighting for 9th place overall. I don't think anybody's said any new times yet, right?
I haven't noticed any. Hellfire also says no, so if chat's paying more attention than we are, we got a problem.
Probably, because I have to pay attention to about 5 things at once. So
I mean, it's like our job to be paying attention here.
Yep. So this track, Aquilaris Classic, is very commonly, when new speedrunners come into the community, we tend to point them to this track to learn first, because it's a really good track for learning fundamentals.
Very relaxed track as well. Not too much, but also not one to sleep on.
Yeah. Also, Kudo made a small mistake there in reset. His time is already absurdly fast, so in order to beat that time, he can't afford any mistakes like that.
It's sort of like F-Zero, I suppose. I'm keeping track of the chat. Ooh.
Balmas going through the figure 8 into lap 2. We'll see what lap time he gets.
She.
53. If she gets a good oh, never mind. She died.
Yep. Nope. Dumpster this one. Not worth it. Forget everything we were saying.
I was going to say that one could be on pace.
Could be on pace for crash the dumpster. That's what it could be on pace for. You'll notice in the beginning tube there, the players are taking a very narrow inside line, hugging very tightly to the wall on that slope. That's not rough terrain, and it's also not slower to do that. It's way faster. Speaking from experience, I got my first 238 yesterday doing that.
Nice.
I saved like a second just by taking a better line. It's insane with this game.
Yeah, so the racing lines in this game are different from most other racing games, because when you turn, you do not lose any speed. So the optimal line is simply a straight line between the apexes. And so that's why we see players, especially Kudo, hugging the inside wall super tightly through the entire turn if possible.
Ooh, that's gonna suck.
Death, and so does Ronnie. So everybody on lap 1 again.
Huh.
We are down to 4.5 minutes.
Yep, that is correct. Just looked over at my timer. I'm gonna personally stop that like a couple seconds before it reaches 0, so that you don't all have to deal with my phone timer annoyingly going beep 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 beep.
This game.
We got enough beeping going on with the heat.
Yep. This game did get a sequel.
It did.
And in my opinion, it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's actually a shame this game did get a sequel because we didn't leave well enough alone and made a worse game.
Yep. So the sequel is called Star Wars Racer Revenge, and it was available on PlayStation 2 and Xbox? Or was it PlayStation 3? I don't remember.
PlayStation 2, and I think it was a PS2 exclusive. I don't remember ever getting an Xbox release.
Yeah.
2001, I want to say that came out sometime around there, 2001, 2002. Takes place during the Clone Wars era, so, around Attack of the Clones. We get an aged-up Anakin, a gruffer and angrier Sebulba, a few returning characters, and a bunch of weirdos that we've never seen before, and all of the mechanics are different. All of the mechanics are different.
To answer your question, we have 3 qualifying tracks. This is the first one, Aquilaris Classic. After this is Fire Mountain Rally, which is one of the twistiest tracks in the game, and one of only 2 tracks in the game where Bullseye Navarre is the fastest pod, because he is so good at turning.
Hellfire would debate you on that. Hellfire would absolutely debate you that Ben is not optimal on all 3 tracks this year.
Yeah, it is possible that Ben is technically faster, but so far not at a human level. And then the final track is Ando Prime Centrum, which is like the only real city track in the game. That has a ton of alternate routes, and it has one notorious hairpin. All right, that's a tooth. Oh, I didn't get that exact time.
I'm gonna have to ask Ronnie to.
I don't think
show the results screen at some point.
Oh, that was a 238 flat.
Dang!
That's a half-second improvement then.
Ronnie with the come up.
Nice. All right, with that, Ronnie
absolute temporal glow up.
Yep, Ronnie overtakes Lightning Pirate by 1/10 of a second.
Sorry, LP.
Nice.
Looking over at Balmas, her lines are looking pretty good today. They're pretty tight.
Yeah, she is looking really tight. Yeah, 239.3. That's for a rookie in the tournament. That's a pretty strong time.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long she's been in the community.
She's been in the community for a while, but this is her first tourney. Surprised Disney didn't milk this into a series. Well, there are rumors on the horizon that a new pod racing game might be coming out potentially.
Yeah, so there's like a fragment of a rumor as of like last week.
1/10 of 1% of one rumor.
That's right.
With any luck, Disney will milk this for all that it's worth, because it's worth quite a lot. Of course, hopefully they'll also milk it correctly. Mm-hmm. No more Racer Revenges.
Balmas finishing her lap 2.
Decent heat as well. 52.68 is a good lap.
Time. If she can,
that's the timer. I forgot to turn that off. Sorry.
No more resets.
If anybody screws up now, there's no more resetting. This is definitively the last attempt.
Yep.
That does remind me, though, I'm accidentally responsible for some tournament reform that happened this year. Until today, pretty much, until this qualifier officially, we were cutting off resets 1 minute before final bell.
All right, hold on, Digital. Balmas is about to finish her attempt.
Pay close attention.
She has a 239.3. We'll see if she can beat that. That's going to be really tight. Ooh! Nice!
Ooh! Yes! That is what we like to see, Balmas. Yeah. Excellent work, ma'am.
Oh.
Kudo also finishing up a third lap right now. 2:35.76.
Holy cow.
We got a game here, folks.
Uh-huh. That is a crazy time.
All right, so the next timer is going to be 30 minutes because Fire Mountain Rally is ungodly long and rude. Same rules apply.
Yep, switching to Fire Mountain Rally, the runners will have 30 minutes on this track, since it is such a long track.
This is an insane tourney this year, Nock. You are absolutely correct. All I got to say in response is $2,500 in the pot is a heck of a drug.
Yep. I don't know if anybody will be beating Kudo's time besides Dom, who already did. That is an insane performance. Let me give you the standings for the first track so far. Domaray is first, followed by Kudo. And then, let's see here. And then Nacho with a 237. And then Ronnie with a 238 flat. Lightning Pirate with a 238.1. Balmas with a 239.0, and finally, you, Digital.
I'm in last place. Yeah, rip me. Probably not qualifying for this year's tourney, but that's okay. It means I can commentate more. Then you can all listen to me babble inanely for hours on end. Won't that be fun? Let him qualify, guys. Ooh. And they're off. Oh, nice. Balmas isn't, though. Balmas is immediately not off, missing the starting boost.
All right, so everybody is on Bullseye Navarre now, who has the highest turn rate in the game, and pretty decent other stats, especially acceleration and cooling. But he has no chance against Ben in a straight line. However,
this is not a straight line.
Kudo coming up on the volcano section right here.
The eponymous Fire Mountain.
Both Kudo and Ronnie taking the aggressive dive route on that one corner.
A much faster line, but also much more dangerous.
Yeah,
Balmas is on fire, and she puts it out.
Nice. The lava on this track, it counts as slow terrain, so it slows down your pod. Also, whenever you are above it, it heats up your pod faster.
And that's not just like on it, like driving on it. That's above it, period. Infinitely high, I believe that extends.
That's really weird.
Balmas with a death looks like she's going for a banker time just to not DNF, which is important. Oh, we're not. Nope, we're resetting right now. Spoke too soon. Take every word I've ever said and throw it in the garbage.
144 from Kudo. That's
cracked.
That's about a 505 or so pace. It's really hard to say after only lap 1. But yeah, that is a crazy fast time. I'm pretty sure I've never gotten a lap 1 that fast.
I know I've never gotten a lap 1 that fast. I think my best lap 1 is like a 150.
The time to beat on this track in qualifying is Dom's 5:01.6, which was world record at the time that he played it. I'm not sure if he's beaten it that since.
All I remember about the qualifying session with Dom was that I kept hearing, "That's a world record, that's a world record, that's a world record." This man was just shredding every time down to its last atom. Into Cheeseland for both Kuro and Ronnie. Ooh. It looks kind of like they both missed the shortcut, but Kuro survived. Hellfire is saying that Dom has not redone FMR since, so that record stands.
Yeah.
This is an incredible track to watch. I'm just a little bit gobsmacked. It's hard to find words.
Yeah. I forget sometimes that I'm supposed to commentate it, just watch.
It's mesmerizing, really. Kudo taking Forest very cleanly, very nicely.
Ronnie is on a really good pace here. Sure, she's 20 seconds behind Kudo, but that's still a really good pace.
You gotta recognize 20 seconds behind the guy who's like 3 seconds behind Dom right now is insane.
Yeah. On the first track, so far the spread between the fastest and the slowest times in qualifying is less than 4 seconds. On this track, it's 32 seconds.
That would be my fault. Once again, DU is bottom of the barrel on times.
Nah, it's also Dom's fault.
Well, I mean, both sides of a coin here.
Yep, Balmas took a death. Not restarting. Nope,
restarting. Never speak too soon. Balmas will find a way to reset.
5:13 from Kudo.
5:13.
That was a 5:61, I think.
$5.81, Nacho says. 5:13 with a death, Draco does correctly note, so that time would have been insane otherwise. Not that it's not insane now. Oh, Draco says a big bonk.
Hopefully he doesn't improve it, because I should be able to beat a 5:13.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, KBD.
Oh, thanks. I need it. Ronnie and Balmas have not finished. Wait, no, Ronnie finished a run.
Ronnie has a banker time. Balmas has yet to bank a time. But with 23 minutes left on the clock, she's got nothing to worry about just yet.
I didn't write down Ronnie's time.
5:32x, according to Knock. This, for the record, is why it is recommended to have a blank TFGD, TGFD, TGI Fridays file.
That's right.
In your game directory. That's the file that keeps track of your times and also your course unlocks. So it's recommended to just reset that to a blank slate before tourney quals every time.
Thanks again, Hellfire. It's nice having two of us keeping track of this.
It's very helpful. because like I don't have the ability to split my focus that far. Kudo playing as expected. I mean, if as expected is cracked out of his gourd, then that's the expectation. Engine fire. Oh, very long engine fire for Kudo. That took forever to go out.
Yeah, that took a little while. The way engine fires work is if you heat up all the way by boosting, then it cancels your boost and your engine catches fire. And then you can repair to put out the fire, and every frame you are repairing, there is a 3% chance that the fire goes out. And so sometimes you get lucky and get the fire out really quick. Other times it goes out for seemingly ever.
3% chance of frame. That's worse than I thought it was.
Yep.
That's so much worse than I thought it was. That's rude.
So at 60 frames per second, you get pretty quick
Is
repairs.
Do I? Yeah, I live on a bit of a busy street, in case nobody noticed by the ice cream truck and hum of some large vehicle outside. I don't know if my mic is picking that up.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, good. No worries then.
Balmas looks like she's on a faster pace than she has been so far. Is she gonna restart here?
I hope not.
I hope not either.
She needs to bank a time. We don't have the opportunity to keep not banking times.
So 20 minutes left.
I mean, I guess we have a few opportunities to keep not banking times, but eventually we got to pick one.
147 lap 2 from Ronnie. That is... Oh geez, maybe a 525 pace?
It's very difficult to tell pace just off of lap times alone, it should be noted, because heat management takes a good chunk of it, lines take a good chunk of it, whether or not you bonk or scrape or do what Kudo just did and die.
Yeah, Kudo needed to beat his time with a death, and, well, dying again isn't a great way to do that.
It is not. Speaking from experience.
Ronnie going through the volcano lap 3. And Balmas right behind on lap 2.
Right behind, just one lap out of phase.
Yep.
Ooh!
Oof.
That's a nasty rock to clip. Nobody wants to clip that one.
Also a minute 35 seconds out of phase, which... I don't know what that means. I think that means Balmas is on a faster pace.
Oh, poor Ronnie on that one, really. Does give us free opportunity for shortcut, though, so, that's good. I remember when I was doing my qualifiers, my mindset going into FMR was bank the first run that feels viable in any capacity, and then improve.
Looks like Ronnie's about to beat her time. She had a 5:32.
Oh, or not. No,
yes.
we got it. We're good. We're good. 529 dot. Ronnie, stop advancing the menus.
All right. Ronnie is now almost exactly 4 seconds behind Lightning Pirate.
Almost exactly 4 seconds behind Lightning Pirate. That's a good place to be.
And who she beat on the first track, so they're have same number of points so far. Balmas just...
I've been neglecting chat. I'm very sorry. Nacho says it was a 153.
Yeah, I got that.
Good. Keep a time within 2 deaths of your goal is sound here. You really don't want to DNF. That is absolutely true, Knock. Dom had real good advice in that regard. It's also important to note that tourney is more about consistency most of the time than it is about speed. Because you can have an absolutely cracked PB, but if you can't do that consistently, what's the point?
I mean, in the qualifying here, the players have several attempts, as many attempts as they want within the half hour. But in actual tournament matches, you have one shot.
Do not miss your chance to blow.
So, of course, you got like 7 one-shots because...
Well...
best of 7 matches, but yeah.
If you had 7 shots, 7 opportunities, would you capture them or let them slip?
That was a really nasty death from Balmas. Got a red engine on the front, and that throws off your turning. And she had a warning, so she had to repair it quickly, and she died instead.
Ouch. Well, we're getting some look-backs.
Yep. Balmas about to finish her first run. She's above 6 minutes.
Is Balmas reviving the rage look-back? Are we going to have more of that in this year's major tourney highlight video? That was the best segment of that by far.
All right, either Balmas took a lot of deaths that last lap, or I was completely off about her pace.
No, Balmas took a lot of deaths. Honestly, not like as a knock, but I was not expecting that to be the one that she went with.
Uh-huh.
Just because she's been resetting a lot of times during the qualifying session so far.
Yeah. Well, she has a time, and she has 15 minutes to get a better one.
It is always wise to bank 1. Draco is saying at least 5 deaths for Balmas on that last one.
Hopefully her nerves can recover from that.
Untilt yourself, but not the pod.
Yes, pod tilting is very good in this game.
Player tilting, less so. I feel like we should talk a little bit about pod tilting being good because we brought it up.
Yeah, sure. So, it's something that I never did as a kid.
I don't think any of us did.
Except for to go through gaps. So when you tilt, you make your pod narrower, obviously, which helps you go through small gaps. It also allows you to... It helps you to hug the wall tighter, which is good for turning.
At the expense of your turn radius.
Yes. Tilting halves your turn radius. However, if you are already boosting, which also halves your turn rate, then the 2 effects do not stack. So, if you are boosting and tilting, your turn rate is halved, not quartered.
Just a free 50% hitbox reduction thereabouts. Very nice, very generous.
Yep. So that's why speedrunners tilt so much in this game, because if you're already boosting, it doesn't really cost much of anything.
For more information, check out my YouTube short. No. I did make a YouTube short on the subject, but I'm not going to plug my channel while commentating. That would be very rude.
Yeah, we'll just pretend that the last 10 seconds of commentary didn't happen.
Yep, just rewind the tape, take that out, LP fix it in post.
They're all on lap 1 again. Kudo going through.
That's always good.
Weird,
we lost audio a second there. Yeah, gee, I don't know what happened, Lightning. I just...
Yep. It is a widely held opinion that on this game, this track is the most visually striking.
Oh, yeah. I think that for visually striking, this one and Bumpy's Breakers are in pretty decent contention.
Yeah, Bumpy's Breakers is cool.
Unfortunately, we will not be seeing Bumpy's Breakers today.
Personally, I kind of think Baru Coast is the best looking track.
It is the only one where you drive on a beach.
And the jungle is really cool in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just really cool that on this track you go from a city out across a desert into a volcano and back.
Definitely one of the more interesting things. I'm glad that we haven't seen anyone die on the waterfall jump yet. That was an unfortunate fate that befell one of our qualifying participants in the last match. I believe Lightning died to that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, sometimes that jump is a little weird. Don't say it. Don't say what. What am I not going to say, Mikey? Perhaps you could enlighten me. Oh, don't bring up dying on the jump during your quals. Understood. Very clean shortcut from Kudo there. That was quite nice.
Ronnie and Balmas exiting the volcano. 141 lap 2 from Kudo.
Hey, that's 10 seconds faster than any speed I've ever gone.
That is an absurd pace. I don't know. Geez, I don't know what lap times Dom got in the world record. But it's around there.
Well, Gale is here and has noted that the cap is intentional. I don't know if he's talking about the turn radius chopping cap. I think that might be what that's in reference to. I mean, how could that not be intentional? I mean, if you look at the way that it functions. Ooh.
Kudo finishing up his lap 3. Final shortcut. That was clean. Not the fastest, but really clean.
A little bit of braking never hurt anybody. In fact, it's probably done the opposite.
Yep. Just a couple more turns from Kudo. He has a 5:13 to beat.
Oh!
On the final turn.
Is it gonna be enough?
That hurts.
No, okay, well, I mean, it's better.
That is an improvement.
It's an improvement of like 0.1.
208, okay. That was 0.3 seconds.
Oh, there's the rage look back. A little bit of tilting going on there.
Yeah, on this track, for a top time in qualifying, you want faster than a 5:10. And so that 5:13 is a little bit outside of that.
About 5 seconds outside of that. Conveniently, that seems like maybe one death.
All right, that's an improvement from Ronnie by 2 seconds.
Ooh. Ronnie has some blazing speed today. 8 minutes remain.
Yep. That puts Ronnie within 2 seconds of Lightning Pirate. It's closing the gap.
Cinch that seam ever tighter, Ronnie.
Yep. Another death from Kudo.
Kudo definitely racing a little tilted right now.
Yep.
Yeah, not even getting out of the first general area is not a good sign. Almost heading into lap 3 Volcano. Little sketched hanging out that close to the edge of the road there, buddy, but it works. It works.
Balmas finishing up her lap 3. It looks like probably about a 5:45.
I mean, that's a huge improvement over a 6-minute time. That's 15 seconds right there.
Yeah, she got a 6:08 the first time.
All she has to do is not choke. Oh!
Nope, she's not going to make it.
Why do I speak?
So close. 48. All right, that's still an improvement of 20
Still
seconds.
a major improvement. That's 12 seconds.
That was 20 seconds. She got a 6:08 the first time.
Note to self, never say somebody has to not choke ever again. Seems like a real good way
Wait,
to
is that a
invite
195?
disaster.
Oh, it's hard to see. Did anybody catch the last 3 digits? It was hard to read.
Okay. 195. Thank you, Nacho.
All right, 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
That is correct.
Which is enough for 2 attempts.
Well, it's enough for
start.
as many attempts as you can possibly fit if you die a lot.
That's right.
If you successfully do it all in one run, it's enough for 1 attempt, and then if you start another one in that last little bit of time, I guess a second.
Mm-hmm. All right, so to answer your question in chat, and we should probably mention this once in a while, this is a qualifying session for our annual tournament. 25 players signed up to join the tournament, and the fastest 16 qualifiers make it into the bracket. And so we're doing 3 tracks in qualifying. This is the second one. The players have 30 minutes to get the fastest time that they can on this track. And then they get a number of points depending on how they rank. So we have 4 minutes left. Yes, if they start a new run before the timer ends, they can complete that run.
Oh yeah, I was explaining how I accidentally caused tournament reform the other day.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't have a timer of my own running, and I was depending on the other people in my qualifier session, asking them how much time was left on the clock. And I also forgot the 1-minute rule existed. The last time I had remembered hearing was 1 minute 15 was left on the clock, so I restarted a run at like 48 seconds left on the timer.
Uh-huh.
But it was my best run of that qualifier. There was a little bit of debate, but Goofbrush wisely noticed that if we're cutting off attempts at the 1 minute mark, doesn't that just mean we've reduced the time limit by 1 minute?
Yeah, it blows my mind that we'd never caught that before.
We've been doing this tournament for 5 years. Didn't think of it even once.
I think this is the 3rd year we're using this format for qualifying.
It might be. I don't know.
Maybe the 2nd year. I don't remember what we did in 2020.
Azure has apparently been thinking that for years. Why didn't you tell us? Enforced it previous years, just forgot this year, Lightning says.
Yeah, we did have a qualifying in the same format in 2020. Last year we had an offline qualifying, and that wasn't very popular.
No, but I think it wasn't very popular for various other reasons. Let's be real here. Some of the stuff we were asked to do for qualifiers last year was stupid. Race in first person. Yeah, great plan. You have no weight in this. Oh, that's fair, Asder. I suppose it is fair to not bring it up if you don't have any weight. But you could have some weight in the community. You know, you could join us. Just saying, we're open. Did we ever actually give an official cutoff for signups for tourney?
I believe. Oh, jeez. We were talking about doing it a week before the qualifying ends. I don't remember if we announced that. It's hard to keep track of everything. Kudo finishing his second lap. He still needs to beat his 5:13. 1:41. That's a very good pace.
That's on pace to beat it. Kudo does appear to have recovered from being incredibly tilted.
Yeah, so that's about a 5:06, 5:07 pace. So if he can do this clean, then he'll get a really significant improvement.
Balmas getting in one last reset.
Yep, we got 30 seconds left for them to reset.
I'm gonna. Oh, another one. Cutting it close, Balmas.
15 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closed. No more resets, everybody.
All right, Kudo finishing his lap 3. Let's see what he gets here.
Commit to the bit, everybody.
He's got Cheeseland and half of the city between him and a 5:07-ish.
A 5:0 something, incalculably low.
That was a really quick shortcut.
That was very quick. Barely had to slow down at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, one more turn for Kudo. This is where he died last time. And he gets a clean this time. 5:08.
Ooh, that's sick. We'd love to not have every track done on the last possible run. That's fair. That's fair.
5:08.929. Very nice.
What's with Kudo in the last minute times? I wish I could tell you, Knock. I think Kudo wishes he could tell you. I think if any of us knew, we'd be glad to explain. Just messing with us. Maybe he's playing with his food. Is Ronnie going to reset that or commit to it?
Looks like Balmas is aborting that run.
Last attempt has some nice pressure to it. Agreed. Is it trolling or does he just have the X factor when it's down to the wire? Chat is absolutely nuts today. Oh, you can get that boost hold without tilting?
Yeah, that was pretty clutch.
That was pretty smooth.
Balmas and Kudo are already moved on and are warming up on Ando Prime Centrum.
Which means that I need to get another 15-minute timer ready for when that starts. I've got one.
Ronnie has about 2/3 of a lap left on her last attempt.
We're calling Forrest a third into the track? Never feels like that's a third into the track. That feels like the first 5 corners to me. Kuro just casually getting a 51-59 in practice. It's fine. Yeah, that's a good first lap.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm not sure about that knock. It does make a very small difference. Kudo is, I think, on an Xbox Series X controller or a 360 controller.
If I recall about the direction you're supposed to go at the start of the lap, going left is slower for experienced players, faster for slightly less experienced players, and slower for inexperienced players.
Ronnie has a 5:27 to beat. 24, that puts her ahead of Lightning.
Incredible work, Ronnie.
By half a second. All right, let me give you the rankings for track 2 so far. So Dom has the world record at 5:01, followed by Kudo at 5:08, Nacho at 5:20, then Ronnie at 5:24, Lightning Pirate at 5:25, Digital at 5:33, and then Balmas at 5:48. Reality exists 25 seconds in the future.
Yeah, I'm from 25 seconds in the future, and I gotta tell you, the next 0.1% of that leak seems real credible about the new Star Wars racing game.
That's good to know.
They showed us one part of one texture. Seems really convincing.
All right, so this track, Ronnie is going through this nasty hairpin. It is one of the single most difficult corners in the game to master. The rest of the track isn't too bad.
Ooh.
Balmas messing up and taking a death on that turn. Kudo is taking the off-road route at the start. We'll see how Kudo handles the hairpin. Ooh, death before it. So
big shout out to my guy Gasgano. That's pretty true, Trusty Sam. That's pretty true.
Gasgano is such a weird pod.
Heats up faster than he cools down. Even at max upgrades. Somehow has the smallest isect radius despite being like the second widest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know. Balance was obviously not a major consideration when this game was designed.
I want to know why Gasgano's pod model looks so good. Like, why did we put this much effort into making that model look good?
I don't know.
Somebody on the dev team really liked Gasgano.
He's got the big basketball engines.
Yeah, kinda.
They always look like basketballs to me. Or maybe footballs would be better. I don't know. It's more of a basketball texture, though.
I like how the fins on the front of Gasgano's engines look. Of course, Gasgano currently nowhere to be seen. We are talking about a pod who is not in use. Classic commentators discussing things that don't matter.
Mm-hmm. We still have yet for anybody to finish a run.
Oh, and we also have yet to do the other major commentator thing, which is bring up traction frames per second and get every fact about it wrong. We haven't done that yet this year.
Let's make up a whole bunch of stuff about TFPS.
Yeah, it actually stands for that's freaking pretty stupid. It's an acronym we like to use in the community when something looks good and then isn't.
Thanks, Digital.
These facts pretty sus.
Astor calling us out on that.
Well, Astor's seen enough of our attempts at explaining TFPS by now to know when we're right, when we're wrong, and when we've probably got an inkling.
Yep.
I do remember Astor is usually watching these tourneys when they roll through.
Again, everybody on
still
that
has no idea. Oh no. Okay. Let me briefly, because I consulted with Lightning about this to make a good script for a YouTube short that has yet to be made. I can actually read this and give you a more accurate description. The T part of TFPS stands for traction and refers to your current upgrade part, which is R20, 60, 80, 100, 300, or 600, which makes your pod feel more connected to the road and less spongy to control, but comes at the expense of your power slides, and also adjusts gravity, because for some reason traction is used in the gravity calculation.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually use lower traction parts. But FPS is frames per second because the traction calculation for the game, it tries its best to account for frame time. It really does, but it cancels it out because somebody on the dev team just wasn't thinking straight that day. No times yet, Hellfire, I don't believe. And this results in the traction calculation being vastly different between 24 frames per second and 60 frames per second because it's running every frame instead of at a routine, like, regular amount of time.
Uh-huh.
Also messes up how you climb walls and stuff like that. Well, that's actually more related to frames per second than TFPS, but you get the idea.
All right, Kudo finishing his lap 3. Finally, we have a finished. No, he died.
Turning falsehoods per second. I missed that while I was babbling on about how it works. Thank you, LP, for that one.
Oh man, Kudo had the last super gentle turn. I have died there before several times. Just, you get too obsessed with hugging the wall super tight, even on this turn that doesn't matter a ton. And you fly too close to the sun.
Ronnie flying too close
on
to
the track,
sun.
And she also dies.
Oh no!
Come on.
Icarus flying too close to the sun. Oh, how close to the sun he flew!
It's been 7 minutes and still we don't have a finish.
It's been 7 minutes already?
Yep.
That does not bode well for the duration of that script for a YouTube short.
And 7 minutes is enough time to complete this track almost 3 times.
Yeah. World's hardest track. I don't know about that one, Chief. Maybe world's most deceptively difficult track, though. The truest of ironies would be if Balmas was the only one to bank a time on this track, because she's about to get one. With a 244.60, that's pretty respectable.
Oh, sorry. Let me write that down.
244.596. That one I can read.
All right. That does put her in last place so far. So we'll see if she can chop off 6 seconds.
Astor, that was bad. Why are you talking about YouTube shorts when the timer's going tick-tock? Oh.
Hey, I didn't hear anything about YouTube shorts.
Oh yeah, that's right. That doesn't happen. We never address that. Lightning, lose the footage, lose the audio again.
Kudo with a screaming faster.
Come over with my AI voice. Oh, don't you dare. He sounds weird. He doesn't have an accent. He's missing my accent from my hometown. It's like boiled DU. Oh. I do not like the AI voice.
All right, so it has now been 9 minutes, and we have one finish. This is not going well.
Calling it now. Balmas will be the only one to submit a time today.
that would be so disastrous.
That'd be hilarious and really mess up the rankings. That'd put Kuro out of top bracket. That would put Ronnie out of bottom bracket.
Uh-huh.
It would put Balmas unusually high in bracket. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it would be so nuts.
Sometimes I regret looking at the jokes coming out of chat. Once again, thank you, Azure. If they patched out the BTC skip, would that count as a climb it change?
All right,
we will now observe a moment of silence as
Ronnie
humor has died.
238.389. That was
really good. Ronnie has submitted a time.
And it is half a second faster than you.
What, you think you're better than me?
And also 0.3 seconds faster than Lightning.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as she's also better than Lightning, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, Ronnie has officially more points than Lightning.
Ronnie is secure in bracket. LP, we should both be quaking in our boots. Gazgano hands. But also bravo. Agreed. 238.389 for Ronnie, apparently, is what Hellfire says.
Kudo has a 234.
234.30. It looks like a 8. Is that an 8?
It's 308. Yeah.
Is that an 8?
Yeah.
I can't see through the pixel density. It's too low.
That is 2 seconds off of world record. And 1 second off of the second fastest time.
Hellfire, you're not seeing my perspective. You're not seeing it from my screen, buddy. It looks crunchy. Oh, but it might be because I don't have the Discord stream like with hide. Nope, that did not increase any of the size of the stream. Okay, maybe if I full screen it though. But then if I full screen it, I can't see chat. Oh.
All right, Kudo now
just live with it.
Kudo has the second fastest time across all tracks now.
Kuro might think he's done because Kuro might be done.
Yeah, he could be done.
It's reasonable to be finished at this point. I think we can accept that Kuro has done phenomenal work and no longer needs to qualify. Kuro has proven his credentials.
Well, he's still got time for 2 more attempts.
This is true. Should we goad Kuro into doing better?
To finish, she has to beat the 244, which she will do with a 243 point something, 332.
We love to see it.
She's still in last place with that run.
We don't love to see that.
But she has a couple more minutes, and there are still, 18 more players to qualify? I didn't get that time from Ronnie. Was it an improvement?
I don't know. It seemed like Ronnie just immediately restarted from my end, but I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was really quick. It was a 239. Okay, she has a 238, so...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Not an improvement.
Come on, Ronnie, you're better than this. Proven as of less than 2 minutes ago. Taking some of those corners real tight. Oh, but not holding that boost. Interesting decision. Wait, these two are racing really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always knew Ronnie was cracked, but Balmas is putting forth a very strong showing for her first journey.
Yeah, Balmas looks like she has a lot of potential. She knows how to go fast. She hasn't mastered being clean yet, which takes a lot more time to do.
Oh, bless her. I was in that spot like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I was probably in that spot a year ago.
Uh-huh. But once she gets that down, she will probably be very formidable.
Spring cleaning, but for your timesheet.
Ronnie with a 52-second lap, which is pretty quick.
All right. 10 seconds left on the timer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. No more resets.
Okay, should post that. Yeah, so Kudo's going to keep that time.
Really? You think Kudo's going to keep that time? I hadn't noticed. I don't know. I just wasn't getting that vibe.
All right, Ronnie about to finish her last attempt here. She has a 238.3 to beat.
Ooh, landing off terrain for Balmas. Not great.
237, she did it.
Oh, 237.899 is sick.
Which, yeah, she's ahead of Lightning on that. Oh, wait, she was already ahead of Lightning.
Now she's ahead of Lightning twice.
Yeah. Yeah, she has beat Lightning on all 3 tracks. By a small margin on all 3 tracks.
Well, that's going to do it for the actual racing portion of qualifiers. We will now invite over our lovely contestants for a little bit of a post-race interview. Welcome, Balmas.
Oh boy, that's
an excellent showing as well to you, Ronnie. An excellent showing today. Very good, very well raced.
I finished the last 2 on the last possible run I could do, so that's
and
fun.
Welcome, Kudo. Incredible times from all of you today. Just absolutely insane times.
Shout out to the 238.000.
238
Feels bad, man.
That was pretty great.
Now, the only thing that could make that better is if you looked at how, close the game calculates that time, and it's still all zeros.
Yeah. I can't look that up, though, because it wasn't my PB, obviously.
Ronnie, you beat Lightning Pirate on all 3 tracks.
Yeah. It was pretty tight. Get that LP bop there.
Balmas, you beat Digital Unity on Aquilaris Classic by 0.2 seconds.
By like a fraction of a second, I noticed.
Yep, good work.
I'll get you next time.
I was really hoping for the dramatic 237 on stream, but it didn't happen.
Nah.
Do you have a 237?
No, I have a 238.3, but it's like no, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, 238 is still a really good time.
238 would have bopped me.
That's all right. I didn't get a 237 either.
I think the only one of you who got close to a 237 was the guy who blew past it, Kudo.
235, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yep. Kudo, congrats on getting second on all 3 tracks so far.
Thank you.
Really out here giving Dom a run for his money.
Smiles.
That 548 on Fire Mountain Rally, though, with the death in the last turn, that hurts.
That was the saddest thing I've seen all day.
Oh.
And I looked in the mirror today.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Wow. Once again, though, excellent racing from everybody today. I could not have predicted any of this. I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good.
I'm looking forward to rewatching the stream, frankly.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, there's some good moments. There's some great moments.
Let me give you the standings as they are right now. Domare is in first, followed by Kudo. and then Nacho, pretty close behind, followed by Ronnie, Lightning Pirate, Digital Unity, and Balmas. So that's 7 out of 25 of our players completed qualifying so far.
We got a long way to go, folks.
Yep, we got 3 more weeks of qualifying.
The next qualifier match is Sunday, the 23rd, right?
Whatever day.
Sunday.
Now we have one further comment to make. If you haven't bopped every single one of these times in your quals, I'll be severely disappointed.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep your goggles on and your engines tuned.
Bye.
Okay, see you guys.
See you later.